Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective. Sorry about that. I'm just kind of all over the place today. I'm just going to pull some cards to start with. Just going to shuffle and pull from the top today. I think I'm going to do that with all of them, or however I feel guided to do so. Today is Aloha Friday. It is Aloha Oracle Friday, so happy Aloha Friday, and hopefully, you'll get some answers. When I get started, I will explain a little of what I do for anybody that might be new to watching this. This is what I do on Fridays, Monday through Thursday. I actually talk a lot about mental health or just kind of stuff that comes out of my head. But on Fridays, a few months ago, we started the tradition of doing an Oracle Friday because everybody seemed to like it. It seemed to be kind of or everybody that watches live, it seemed to kind of be the fun thing to do on a Friday, right? So, kind of going into the weekend with a little bit of joy, or answers at least. It may not always be joyful. Depends on what the answer is, but it's mostly guidance. I pull oracles. Okay. So they're more guidance than anything else. But, let's see, just waiting for a few people to come on. Good morning, older sibling. So, yeah. So you know what? Let's just pull from the top. It's up to you. So whatever it is that you need an answer on, it's up to you. You have to make that choice. You have to make that decision. My brain is not really cooperating with me, but just so you know, I generally give my thoughts on the card, and then I will read from the book in case that resonates with someone more. The end result of the situation you asked about is entirely in your hands. You can affect the outcome by taking a proactive approach to solving any challenges. Stand in your own power and have confidence that you have what it takes to bring about a happy ending. So, there you go. If that is you and you're wondering why you feel stuck, this is why you're stuck. You have to make that move. And it could be a variety of things. It could just very well be believing in yourself, or raising your vibe, or, showing yourself that you are. Sorry, I didn't realize I'm a hot mess today. That, you are special and you are important, and to stop, living by other people's limiting beliefs. So, good morning, baby sibling. So let's see. Opportunity. Keep your eyes open. All right. Keep your eyes open. A lot of times we miss opportunities, because our head is proverbially down. We don't believe, we don't trust. And because of those things, our vibe lowers, and you just, so if you raise your vibe and you try to, just spark something in your day, journal, go for a walk, just meditate, whatever it is that brings you joy to help raise your vibe, keep your eyes open for opportunities. You never know where they're going to come from. It very well may just be, hey, so-and-so, want to go for coffee? Okay, hey, let's meet here, someplace I've never been. And you don't know what doors can open for you. I mean, don't go there waiting for something to happen. But just know that when you keep yourself open to opportunity has the opportunity to come to you. Okay, I'm going to pull one more of these. And then we'll move on to the actual oracle reading. So forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you have to let somebody back into your life. Forgiveness means that you're setting yourself free. You're allowing yourself to go free. I didn't read the opportunity card, so let me get to that one really quick. Positive growth and expansion is on the horizon for you. This opportunity may bring with it inspiration and insight, or it could be the chance you've been waiting for to take action on ideas you already have. You may be seeking to manifest a chance to create changes in your career, buy or sell a home, or bring romance into your life. Whatever your desires, your angels are about to open a door of possibilities for you. Step right through. And then the last one was forgiveness. So remember, just keep yourself open. Keep yourself, just be willing to be open. Sometimes that's really all it takes, right? It's just believing that good things can happen. Forgiveness can work miracles. When you release the past, a weight is lifted from your shoulders and a sense of freedom washes over you. Ask your angels to help you let go of sadness or pain caused by others so that you can be free. This card also can refer to a need for self-forgiveness. It's time to let go of any, that one I think is for me, guilt you are holding on to regarding past mistakes you have made. Give yourself credit for having tried your best, even if the results weren't what you would have liked. Focus on the changes you've made since then that have made you a better person. That's funny. I wasn't going to talk about this, but I think I'm going to talk about it right now so I can get it up and out. As you can see, I'm not vibing in the highest of vibes right now, and I want to set some things straight about yesterday, and not in a bad way, and I don't mean that to come out the way it came out, but so, I don't know what that was. But so yesterday we were talking about anger, and I want to do this before I get to the cards so I can give you the better part of me instead of just struggling through this. I'm not sure my brain is going to recover for the full thing, so we may just be going by the book. I may not have a lot to add to it. But yesterday we were talking about anger and how sometimes, when people, it just kind of came out of my mouth. It wasn't in my notes or anything about how sometimes when our parents would say, "Oh, are you going to cry now?" And I think a lot of times that happens because, they don't want to be emotional. They don't want to show their emotion. They're trying to have a stoic front because, they want to make the point that they're making, and they don't want you to see them crack. And I got called out on that yesterday for having done that. And I want to apologize. I know at one point I said I was angry. I was not angry. I was embarrassed. And I didn't know what else to say. I didn't know how to handle that. I didn't know how to approach what had happened. And, because it really did catch me off guard. I wasn't prepared for that. And again, I wanted to apologize because I was embarrassed, because I don't want these behaviors to affect my life anymore. I don't want to keep making the same mistakes when I'm trying so hard to move past, and I think that's what the self-forgiveness or the forgiveness card was. I truly believe that was aimed at a lot of us who hold on too tight to things, who, kind of just overthink. For me, I mean, really, I know a couple days ago I couldn't remember the island in the Sea of Misery, but it was the island of overthinking. And I think I was trying not to remember that because I don't want to go back there. I don't want to be that person anymore. I mean, I like this person, and this person has always been here, but there's always been that anchor me. There's been a part of me that's always been anchored in so much pain, emotional pain, that has sometimes led to physical pain. But in a lot of ways, there's this part of me that I'm letting go, that I let go, that I healed with my shadow work, really was anchored into pain. And unfortunately, sometimes when you're doing shadow work, things are going to come up and out. And if you don't deal with them correctly, it can go sideways fast. This is why I'm always saying, when you're doing your shadow work, if you cannot handle it alone, handle it with somebody. Do it with a therapist if you can. In my case, I did not. I thought I had it under control. But I guess, there are times when I know I should just take a step back and take deep breaths and just relax before I leave my room. And there are some times when I don't, because, I sometimes will get a text saying, "Are you okay? Are you doing all right? I haven't seen you for a while, blah, blah, blah." And sometimes it just becomes too much. And I could be right in the middle of meditating, trying to balance out, and then I get text messages from people like, "I haven't heard from you. Are you all right?" And, and that's my fault because I forget to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. But this is kind of the long ramble. Baby Sibling says rambling is your authentic thoughts. So I wanted to apologize for my reaction. The one thing I don't want is for people not to comment. I like when people comment. I like when people share. I like when people, interact with me. It's just like I said, I was very caught off guard and I was very ashamed. And I still feel guilty. It's been weighing on me since yesterday. So I just wanted to apologize for that, for my reaction, because this is what I'm talking about when I talk about actions have consequences. You know, it has taken me so long to stop resisting my healing that I probably have created a lot of damage along the way. And now I have to fix that. And part of being in this new chapter in my life of not having that anchor of dread following me everywhere I go is taking responsibility. I mean, I've taken responsibility before the new chapter started. Okay, but part of me is understanding now that I have to find new ways to understand how my behavior had affected people, because I'm not that person anymore. I'm really trying not to be that person anymore. That doesn't mean I'm not going to get angry. That doesn't mean I'm not going to have negative feelings, because we're human. This is what we do. We have emotions. And there are going to be things that probably will trigger me for the rest of my life. I don't know. But sometimes it's hard when you feel that people only see and remember the bad things you do. And I guess that might be why I got a little defensive. That might be why I was extremely embarrassed, because I feel like I've done so many other good things. But sometimes it feels like some people just focus so much on what I did a gazillion years ago or several weeks ago. And just, as I'm shifting into this new phase of my life. And it's been baby steps. It's been hard. It's literally been not one day at a time, one moment at a time. It's been one moment at a time, because I do feel sometimes this old me wanting to come back up and say, we're still here. And I don't want that person anymore. Like I said, I know I'm going to have emotions. I know I'm going to run the gamut of emotions throughout the rest of my life, but I don't want my past to keep haunting me. And unfortunately, guys, sometimes it's going to. Okay? Sometimes the actions that we created, no matter how long ago, we are going to have to prove ourselves for a long time afterward to show that, we're trying, that we're trying to be better, not bitter, and that, we want people to remember us for the good things that we've done, and to bring up the good things that we've done. And so I just wanted to clarify that. Like I said, it wasn't something I planned on talking about, but as you can see from the forgiveness card, which I was not going to use this deck today, I think it was trying to make the point. Okay? So if you have been in the situation that I've been in, where, you feel like no matter how much good stuff you do, sometimes people tend to focus on your negative things that you've done in the past, or just throw out comments because, it's like, yeah, but you just, and don't be offended, don't be embarrassed, and don't be ashamed. Okay? Just take responsibility, take accountability, and just forgive yourself. Do your best to remind yourself that you are a good person, that you are, oh, well, look, it's older sibling replying. You have done so many good things. You're a wonderful person. You have nothing to be embarrassed about. You are very loved. I know, and I appreciate that. I do. But this is not exactly what I meant. I don't want people to hear something that I say and not understand that I am trying to take accountability for it by trying to raise me up all of a sudden. Sometimes we do so much damage that even for all the good things outnumbering the bad things are always bad enough sometimes that's what people hang on to. And that's what they bring up. And so, like I said, I want you guys to find a way to forgive yourself. I appreciate the kind words, older sibling. I do. That does mean a lot to me. That's not what I was asking for this morning. I'm just trying to clarify, how I could have handled yesterday better, and I did not. And so for all of you who watch this, whether it's live or you watch it later, I apologize to you for not handling that better. If I am going to sit here and do a perspective, and I am going to sit here and put myself out there, I need to understand that there are going to sometimes be consequences to what I am talking about, and that there will sometimes be things that I've done that I will have to continually be accountable for until it's not an issue anymore. So, I wanted to get that out of the way. I needed to clear that out because that, like I said, has been festering since yesterday. It's been bothering me. I almost canceled the perspective today because I could barely get out of bed this morning. And sometimes when you have a dinged up mental health, it literally can be something that small that just wrecks you, that just blows your mind and throws you in 20 directions. So, it probably sounds silly to some people who don't understand, but this is what we deal with when it comes to mental health, the overthinking, the getting anxiety over things that have happened and that nobody probably even remembers. I mean, chances are nobody remembers that and will go back and be like, wait, where was that in the perspective? But I remembered. Because, it's like with anybody that's trying to get better, that's trying to heal, that's trying to move past all the things that used to hurt them and how they used to hurt people because they didn't want to feel alone in that pain. I have to take accountability. It's how I stay on my path. It's how I stay on my forward line and how I don't look back. Because, like I said, sometimes things are going to pop up in front of us like road signs, and we just have to deal with them as they come. You're not going to swerve to hit it, right? No, you're going to be like, okay, I get it. All right. So, and you can take a beat, take yourself to the side of the road and go, all right, this is what I got to do to feel better about this. This is what I got to do. And mostly it's just about forgiving yourself. It is truly just about forgiving yourself. All right. We talk about how we forgive people all the time, but sometimes we need to stop and forgive ourselves. We're not perfect. I mean, I always like to joke and say I'm perfectly imperfect. And, but like I said, just take a deep breath and let it go. All right. Because it's when you allow it to fester, I gave it a home. I didn't give it a temporary shelter. I gave it a home, and I should not have given it a home. So in a way, this is like a part 2. This is to show you what not to do. Don't give it a home. What did I say yesterday? If you have anger, negativity, emotional pain, sadness, guilt, shame, whatever it is, give it a moment, deal with it, and then let it go. Don't let it set roots. I let mine set roots, and now it's one more thing I've got to weed out. So that is that. Anyways, I hope you don't mind me taking the time to explain that. So now let's just, the other day, Wednesday was a new moon. So I'm just going to move right into there. For anybody that might be new to watching Oracle Friday, this is not normally how they go. Usually they're a little more upbeat, a little bit more fun and exciting, and I typically have several decks that I like to use. I pulled some of the same ones today, but I didn't pull the ones I normally use. So that have been kind of the regulars in this. But we did have a new moon on Wednesday, so I wanted to pull I wanted to pull the new moon cards and just see what we got. I'll pull a couple from the top. And also, if you're new, I will give you my thoughts. I do my best to tap in. I'm not sure how tapped in I am today because my vibe has not been high. But normally, I do my best to tap in, give messages on what I think the card is trying to say. It could be something somebody's telling me to tell somebody else who may have put something out there because they need an answer. And I also read the book because I think it's important to give that message because there's a message in the book for the reason, right? Or for a reason. So, oh, nice. A new romantic cycle begins. I don't know who needs to see this. It'd be nice if this one was actually meant for me too, but whatever. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. A new moon, balance. A new romantic cycle begins. I have a funny feeling I know one of the people that might be aiming at. So let's see if we can find that. All right. Attune to the moon. Reach out to someone and let them know you care. Meanings for this card. Feel more. Think less. Okay, maybe a little bit of it is feel more, think less. All right, don't overthink. Marriage or engagement is on the cards. A legal matter will go your way. Pay some attention to your appearance, but don't be all about appearances. So, I guess it just means brush your hair. Give a little thought into what you're throwing on. Don't just run out in your pajamas to go to the grocery store. I know sometimes we get so lazy we do that, but if this card feels like it resonates with you, it's just saying give a little more effort. When you have a dinged up mental health, sometimes forcing yourself into a little bit more effort actually can raise your vibe. It can make you feel a little better because you feel like you're doing something for yourself, right? It's like self-care, self-love. Self-care is not selfish, it is necessary. And when we don't take care of ourselves, we start to overthink, we start to feel less and get more into our heads. So the teaching for this is Libra is a sign of love and harmony, negotiation, and relationships. It is harmonious, kind, and luxurious. Ooh, luxurious. Well, I never saw that one coming. And luxurious. And always aiming for balance. So when we have the new moon in Libra, or at any time you draw this card, there's a restart possible for anything and everything connected to partnerships, negotiations, appearances, and justice. Remember that Libra is depicted by a set of scales. This energy wants to bring things back to equilibrium. I could really use some equilibrium. So I like that card. That's a good card. So whoever needed that card, that's for you. And just a reminder too, if the card does not resonate with you, please do not force it. Okay, please do not force it, because that's where you start overthinking. You're like, wait, maybe that card is for me. If you have to say maybe that card is for me, it may not be. But since you said maybe, think about it. And if it still doesn't feel like it's hitting you between the eyes or in the heart, then it is probably not for you. And that's okay, because you may get a message somewhere else. When you try to force it, you start to doubt yourself. Okay? So if you're not sure either, just keep it in the back of your head and see what happens. But don't force it. You cannot force a message to fit into your life. All right? And also, if you're new, don't worry about where the message is coming from. Just focus on the message. I tap in to all the beliefs I possibly can. I just tap in to the universe, and whoever the universe brings to me, whether it's your angels, guides, your source, higher power, God, goddesses, whoever, that's what I'm trying to tap into. All right. So you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. Yeah, this is interesting. Okay. I shuffled this deck, and so far we've gotten all new moon cards. So, new moon in Cancer, you and your loved ones are safe. Let's see. That would be sooner because it's a Cancer. Attune to the moon. Make sure you put your family first. Meanings for this card. Let someone get a bit closer to you. A new cycle is starting for your child or children. My nephew lost his voice. I'm kind of wondering if it's going to come back deeper, like high puberty. I know. It's going to be scary, right? Because it was already getting deep. I wonder if this is his leveling up of sorts. I know. I mean, I'm not a mom. I don't know when puberty starts for kids, but, well, I do for girls. But yeah, so I was that was the first thought I had this morning. It's like when baby sibling told me that he's still not able to talk. Oh, she had the same thought. She's all crying. I know. What, they're not my babies, but I've watched these boys grow up. And, I haven't seen them in a hot minute, but it's hard watching them get older because it's just like, oh my God, they're so big now, and, it could go on forever, right? Let's see. It's time to review your goals. Have they changed? Meditation will help you banish your insecurities. Spending time near water will bring you peace and answers. I thought about that today, but it's supposed to be raining. So it turns out it's sunny where I live, but it's raining at the beach. So that's not happening. The new moon in Cancer can be a super emotional time. The moon is all about emotions, and Cancer is a water sign and also very emotional. Saying that the moon is very happy in the sign of Cancer. It's one of her 2 home signs along with Taurus. So, Whenever you pull it, this card suggests that whatever happens next will be in your favor. It's especially positive for family matters. He is in puberty. I'm taking that as a sign. Oh, man. One more card. Let's see what we get here. Another new moon. Oh, my gosh. This is... Okay, baby sibling's going to understand this. This has got to be validation. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Right there. New moon in Leo. Confidence is the key to your success. Oh, my nephew is a Leo. That's right. And it's the next one right after that. So this card heralds the start of a new cycle for you. Right? She's like, whoa. I know. Definitely whoa. Attuned to the moon. Make time to have fun. Additional meanings for this card. It's time for you to show the world what you've got. Shine your light. Have some pride. Spoil yourself. You've earned it. And you've turned someone's head. Well, my nephew, he turned the auntie head. Like, holy shit, he's getting older. I'm sorry, I need a moment. I know. I don't know how baby sibling's actually feeling. I mean, I can see her. I know how she's feeling because I can feel her. Literally, I can feel her. But I just, that's his mama. You know, I'm just the auntie, but that's his mama. Anyways, Leo is the sign of the big and brave-hearted lion of pride and showmanship and flirting. The energy around the new moon in Leo, and therefore around this card whenever you pick it, is hot and generous. The energy loves itself, and so should you. Oh, Leos. Oh, Leos. If you've been too much of a wallflower, this new moon card and the Leo new moon comes as a reminder that you need to be proud of who you are. Wow. So I'm looking forward to seeing how his voice comes back. And even if I think it might be at the point where even if it comes back normal, it's going to start changing. I think I think his body is saying, okay, here we go. We're ready. So let's do the New Orleans deck really quick. I really love this deck. This is one of my favorite. I picked this one because, I mean, look, the colors are just fantastic. They're fabulous. They make me smile in every direction. So, you know, just shuffle that real quick and we'll pull from the top again. So let's see. Make a wish. Make a wish. You know, all these cards seem to be going on the same wavelength, right? But so far they've all been like romance cards. So I don't know who asked about these things. Sometimes I like to think they resonate with me, but I'm not going to force it because I really can't feel anything right now. I'm so numb. It's not even funny. My emotions are just, it's like a circus. It's like a circus in my heart and my head right now. So I'm just trying to tame all the animals and get them all in, get all the ducks in a row, right? So that I can get my head back into the game. But make a wish. So, like I said, a lot of these cards seem to be kind of centering on good things, good vibes, just believing, right? I mean, even the first set of cards from the Angel Answers deck about forgiveness, opportunity. I can't remember what the first one was. I'm sorry. But, you know, just, oh, it's up to you. It's all up to you. Just, this is what they're talking about when they say it's all up to you. It may not be something so grand and big that you have to make a decision on. It could very well just mean, hey, you know what? I need to shift my vibe today. I need to remind myself that I do deserve forgiveness, that somebody else may need forgiveness because I need to set myself free. And then just keep yourself open to the opportunities. You know, maybe a friend is calling. Don't ignore the call. Just say, hey, what's up? You know, what can I do for you? You know, just these sorts of things. You know, it's like I said, when they say it's all up to you, it may not be the biggest of decisions. It could even just be to make a wish, to believe that your wishes can come true, right? A lot of times we don't think we're important enough or special enough for these things to happen to us. So we just kind of like, yeah, that's stupid. That's dumb. But, you know, I'll tell you, every year I wish on my birthday cake. Someday my birthday wish is going to come true. So anyways, it's time to make a wish. This card has shown up in your reading because it's time to let go and let the universe guide you. You have thought every thought. You have done all that's within your power for the moment. Sit back and imagine your desire without restrictions. Allow yourself to feel what it would be like to fully experience the thing you hope for. Give gratitude to yourself and your angels for helping to manifest that which is for your highest good. So even if you have to, just say, I would like to manifest that which is for my highest good. I should really write that down. You know what? Sorry. I have to write these things down or I'm going to forget it. I would like to manifest that which is for my highest good. I'll post that in the comments, okay? So that'll help us later. But yeah, that could even from the very first card we pulled today, it's all up to you. It could just mean that. It could very well mean that. This card has shown up in your reading because it's time to let go and let the universe guide you. You have thought every thought. When you start to overthink things, you actually start putting up obstacles, right? And you don't want to do that. So if this is not validation for the wish card and what we just talked about, here's the next card, number 28, flow. Go with the flow. All right, flow. That is a pretty card. I'm kind of in love with that card. It's so colorful, right? So flow. Flow is the natural balance of all beings and things. The movement of the ocean and the cycles of the moon are all perfect examples of flow. And we've already talked about, the ocean, and we've already had a card that mentioned the moon, right? We had 3 new moon cards. They are ever changing without judgment and of fluid form. Much like the ocean, the human experience of flow can be rather unpredictable. However, it is always as it should be. It's time for you to be aware of what your flow is without judgment. This can mean anything from a minor change in daily habits that will put you more at ease to a major decision concerning career that may lead to a huge positive shift in your life. Staying in your flow simply requires the awareness of the awareness of how your energy is affected by your thoughts or experiences, and choosing the thoughts or experiences that feed into your flow instead of taking you out of it. So go with the flow. This is what the other card meant by, stop. You've thought the thoughts. You've thought the thoughts, so just let embrace the new energy and go with the flow. Sometimes that's the biggest decision we can make. It's scary, yes. I talked about how this new chapter is kind of, I think when you hit a new chapter in your life, right, where you're sitting there like, all right, I've let go of all this baggage, now let's go. And you think you're just going to ride off into the sunset, and it turns out it's still your life. It's still your life, but now you deal with things differently. You handle things better for the most part. I know. And, you going with the flow is so important in that process. It helps you go from, taking everything by baby steps to moment to one day at a time. I don't think we should go past one day at a time. And if we do, I don't think we should go any farther than a week ahead. I mean, depending on what it's about. I mean, if you're planning vacations and stuff, that's obvious. But, say you go outside and you go to the grocery store and you meet someone today and you hit it off, and next thing you know, you're having coffee. Don't plan your wedding. You're just going to have coffee. Okay. Don't plan how many babies you're going to have. You're just going for coffee. Just see where it takes you. Because sometimes we plan so far ahead that when things don't work out, it bums us out and we're sad. And then we feel stupid for thinking the things we thought. And then sometimes it makes people afraid to move into something new again. Just take it one day at a time. Start at baby steps, then moment to moment, and then one day at a time, and just see where it goes. And who knows? It might go into something big. If it's not about a relationship, just take whatever it is that you're facing, one step at a time, one moment at a time. And when you're starting to get comfortable with it, when you become familiar with it, take it one day at a time. Okay? But try not to push yourself so hard that you forget to see the scenery along the path. All right? Don't rush through your journey or you're going to miss the scenery. Okay? So, speak your truth. I'd like to dedicate that card to my nephew Landon, who currently cannot talk. But speak your truth. That could be very well what it is too. Let's see. What does that one have to say for us? Sometimes when we hold things in, it can clog things up in there too. So being aware of your feelings is one thing, but learning how to express how you feel in a calm and balanced manner can sometimes be a challenge. It is important to understand that speaking your truth does not mean that it will be that it will be understood or accepted by others, and it doesn't need to be. The only thing that matters is that you are able to give your feelings a voice and acknowledge how you truly feel. The more you are able to acknowledge and identify how you genuinely feel, the stronger the relationship you have with yourself will become. It is not about being right or wrong. It is simply about knowing and practicing what it means to honor yourself through verbal communication. Now is the time to speak your truth freely. Sometimes we have things we want to say. Doesn't mean that it's going to affect our lives in any way. But when you hold things in, it's not good. I talked to older sibling last night about what happened on the perspective yesterday, and I apologized over and over again. And I think that was my downward spiral, because I started going backwards instead of just taking accountability, owning it, and being honest about how I felt in that moment. I started to go back into old patterns, and I started to feel ashamed, and I started to feel that guilt, and I started to give it those roots because I was watering it with shame and guilt and going on that apology tour. And that ends up hindering us more than it does helping us, because instead of just saying, okay, I'm sorry, and I am trying to be better, and showing that you're trying to be better, I actually did the wrong thing. And I felt guilty. I felt, our reactions to things are valid. Our reactions to, or how we handle things, is up to us. But our emotions are valid. And if something hurts you, then, it's okay to speak up about it. But be careful how you speak up about it. Be careful how you say it to the person, because you don't want them to be defensive. You want to have open communication. And like I said, that doesn't mean that you're going to change their mind. That doesn't mean you're going to change them, but at least it's up and out. They know how you feel. But come from a place of kindness and compassion and understanding. Come from a place where you put yourself in their shoes and try to understand where they are coming from. That's what's important. It's about trying to find a way to have a conversation, not something that's going to build into an argument. All right, so this one is the magical messages from the fairies. Patience, please. What you're asking for is coming about. Have patience, as there are unseen factors that need to occur first. So if you have put something out there, you have asked for something, you're waiting for something to manifest into your life, or it may seem like it takes forever. Our timing here is different from the other side. Okay, where all the messages and all of the fun stuff comes from, right? The universe, source, higher power, God, wherever you place your faith and your trust, the timing there is different than it is here. And sometimes you have to have patience, because what you may be asking for, things need to be shifted. Things need to be moved. It's not just, poof, and then that's it, right? And be careful what you ask for, because you don't want to hurt other people in the process. All right, that's a no-no. Karma will fly back at you. And, I tell you, if it doesn't happen to you in this life, you don't want it to hit you in the next one. So you kind of want to make sure. I'm grateful that I get instant karma here, like instant PBs, because I don't have to carry it with me, But just be careful with that, okay? Have some patience, please. And let's see what that one has to say. I think that would be a good one, huh? Oh, look, I have notes in here. I didn't realize I had notes written in here. Trust your instincts when reading, and listen to your heart to tell you the truth. So there you go. That's from me, my own little writing. But patience, please. All right. I know I told you guys I'm kind of all over the place today. The fairies manifest, or your higher power. Remember, don't worry about where the message is coming from. Focus on the message itself. The fairies manifest desires instantly. Whatever they think about occurs immediately, so they understand why you may feel impatient when your prayers aren't answered right away. This card is reassuring you that your desires are being worked on behind the scenes. Although you may not perceive these results at the present, trust that things are moving in the right direction. You'll soon see and experience your desired outcome. There's that saying, right? Don't quit 5 minutes before the miracle happens. Just start doing other things to take your mind off of whatever it is that you prayed for, or put your intentions out for, or trying to manifest. Try not to focus on it. When you try to focus on it, it makes it harder because you're kind of strangling the energy, right? You're putting up these obstacles that are unnecessary. I need to remember that because I do it all the time. But so heaven has heard you and is working on your prayers. What you're asking for is nearly at hand. You'll receive whatever it is that you need. Keep the faith, stay positive, and continue affirming and praying. Your relationship with your soulmate will soon manifest. Heard that one before. Wait before, see, this is what I'm saying. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be me. Wait before making a move on the topic you're asking about. So, yeah, just have patience, all right? If there is something that you need to make a move on, you'll know when the time is right, all right? Holiday. The answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. I don't foresee that happening anytime soon, but that would be fun, right? So, and I'm just joking because not all these cards, a lot of these cards, I resonate with. A lot of them just kind of like, okay. But I think what they're saying is that, sometimes maybe you just need to get away. What did I say earlier? Self-care is not selfish. Self-care is not selfish. I know some people that are going to be going away on holiday. They may get the answers they need while they're gone. So the answer you're looking for can be found during a vacation, retreat, or holiday getaway. All right. So I think that one's pretty self-explanatory. So we'll go to the next one. Whom do you need to forgive? Another forgiveness card. As you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. As you release anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes do come true. Baby sibling, you're so funny. Our brain sometimes it's scary how we just kind of think alike. This card indicates that your prayer will be answered as you release yourself from the inability to offer forgiveness. While you may feel justified in your anger, the truth is that your resentment is only hurting you. The rage you're carrying is blocking your deepest desires. Go outside and ask the fairies and spirit of nature to clear your mind, body, and emotions of lower energies. You'll benefit enormously by making the decision to detoxify yourself of old anger and resentment. Additional meanings: forgive yourself and be cleared of the toxic guilt. Reduce judgmental thoughts about yourself or others. Send an apologetic note to someone. Stop identifying yourself as a victim and see yourself as powerful. Move away from victimhood, okay? Because that's where the healing begins. If you stay stuck in being a victim, you are going to struggle to heal. Okay, it doesn't mean that it diminishes whatever it is that has happened to you. It doesn't mean that what happened to you wasn't important and wasn't, terrible. What it means is that you are powerful, you are strong, and you have the ability to heal yourself by moving away from that. Sometimes, talking about those things like with trauma, any kind of trauma across the board, that puts you in the neighborhood of victimhood. It's kind of, to me, a double-edged sword because, you have people saying, well, I was a victim, but that's the thing. Yes, you were, and you pretty much always will be. But there's a mindset that I personally believe in, that's my perspective, okay? That I believe that we sit in sometimes that we don't move out of. And so we kind of get stuck there. And instead of thriving, we just stay in this existing mode. We stay in this survival mode. And most of us don't want to be there, right? We want to move out of there. So it doesn't take away what happened to you. It doesn't remove your story. What it does is it puts you on a path of your own healing. Okay? So, I think also with forgiveness, like I mentioned before, it doesn't mean that you're letting them off the hook. What it means is you're realizing there's nothing I can do for this person, until they take accountability. But I don't want to hold on to that anymore. I'm not going to hang on to that anymore. If I don't forgive them, though, I'm still tying myself to this person. I'm still holding on to that anger and that pain that connects me to this person. Or even a situation. It could be a situation, or it could just be a job. You have to forgive it and let go. Okay, I see it now. You have to forgive and let go. Okay? I know that sometimes you feel betrayed. I know that sometimes you feel like, you thought people had your back and they didn't. But when you learn to forgive that and you learn to move forward, you're going to allow the opportunities to come into your life. Now, this is interesting because I had decided this was going to be the last of these cards and pretty much the last card of the readings. I have one more deck, but my vibe is it's, and I want to give you guys the best of me. So I think this is going to be it. But what I find interesting is it's also a wish card. Okay. And we had another one in the New Orleans deck. Ask for what you want. Let the universe and other people know what you need. But when you ask for what you want, remember, have patience and allow it to happen. You don't just plant a seed and it grows overnight, right? Unless you're watching a horror movie or something. But, in reality, we don't plant a seed and it grows overnight. It takes a little bit, even if it's just a few days to see it starting to sprout. It takes a little bit, and it takes nurturing and care. And nurturing and care means not overwatering it with your worries and your anxieties. It means watering it, paying attention to it, giving it the good energy it needs, and then letting it do its own thing. All right? So again, ask for what you want. Let the universe and other people know what you need. So let's see here. This card serves as a reminder of the importance of asking for your desires. The universe is much like a restaurant in that you need to put in your order before anything can happen. Your current situation calls for action on your part. First, spend time clarifying your desires. Then tell the universe clearly what you want. You can always qualify your request with the prayer, this or something better. Now remember, if you're asking for something specific, you may not get what you're asking for. So you're making it hard for your power, the powers that be, right? Your source, your higher power, the universe. So always add this or something better. Because if it's not particularly that, something better will come. And by something better, what it means is that when something isn't meant for you, you're just stuck on this, right? But what you want is the opportunity to have that something better come in. And something better is because it's meant for you. It doesn't mean that it's better, like what you thought was good for you wasn't good enough for you. No, what it's saying is that you might be limiting your thinking. You might be kind of stifling yourself. And so by adding this or something better, you were saying, hey, you know what? If this isn't meant for me, then bring me what is. I mean, that's basically what it translates into. And it's better because it is meant for you. It is truly supposed to be yours. Okay, so you can, okay, so this or something better so that you don't unwittingly limit yourself. See, what did I say? I didn't even read that part yet. But this or something better so that you don't unwittingly limit yourself. I'm on my game. I'm a little bit on my game. Humble brag. I needed the giggle, sorry. However, you do need to make clear decisions about your desires. All right, so be specific. Be honest and put it down in writing, do a burn ceremony safely in a fireproof container, or water one. If you're not comfortable with fire, you can also shred it up and pour water on it and let it dissolve or let it do its floofy thing. But when you say this or something better, you're putting your out there, like, okay, as an example, oh my God, I have my heart set on this one house. I love this house. It's my house. It's my amazing house. Nobody else should have this house but me. But you might stifle the flow to get that house if you do not put this or something better at the end of it. So you actually may be shooting yourself in the foot. You may get the house. It may be your house indeed. But by not adding this or something better, you can stifle the flow of what's meant to be yours. Because if that isn't yours and is not meant to be yours, you've literally discounted everything else. So the universe, your higher power, is going to say, well, I guess you don't need this then. So let me know when you want to come back and ask me for something else. Put down what you want, but remember the magic words, this or something better. All right. So additional meanings. Be honest with the people in your life. Tell the universe what you want. Write a list of your desires. Have a heart-to-heart talk with someone you're in a relationship with about your needs, boundaries, and expectations. Ask others to help you and accept that aid when it's offered. Expect a positive outcome and your expectations will be rewarded. Expect a positive outcome and your expectations will be rewarded. This or something better. I find that interesting though when it says ask for what you want. Have a heart-to-heart talk with someone you're in a relationship about your needs, boundaries, and expectations. I think that is something people should do when things start to get serious. Okay, if you're not already in a relationship. If you're already in a relationship and you find the struggle is real, sit down with your person, whether it's, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be a business partnership. It could be a familial relationship. But you have to let people know where you stand. Even if you feel like you're not going to be heard, you know that you've put it out there. You have made your point. You have put it into being by letting it come up and out of you. And sometimes it's all we need. Sometimes it just takes people time to understand where you're coming from or to accept where you're coming from. But you have to be open. You have to have that communication. If you do not have that communication, you're both sitting in limbo and nobody has any idea what's going on. And then sometimes people try harder. Sometimes people will sit there and go, well, they didn't really talk to me, so I must still be kind of okay. So I'm going to keep, pestering them until I get what I want. If you don't set your boundaries, that's what happens. So, anyways, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for hanging in there. I know this was probably a rough Aloha Friday. Not my finest, certainly not my finest, but not my worst either. So you never know what you're going to get, right? A little bit of something and a whole lot of everything. But that's one of my favorite things. That's actually a title on one of my websites that I used to have. But and on I haven't started my podcast yet, but on the channel I made for it, that's actually my thought. A little bit of something and a whole lot of everything. But, just go easy on yourselves. Forgive yourself if you need to. Forgive somebody else if you need to. I'm going to reiterate it one more time. That does not mean you have to let them back into your life if it was something horrible. Forgiving the past or forgiving what happened is setting you free. It's cutting that cord to this situation, this person, this place, whatever it is. Okay? And, it can be hard to forgive. It can be hard to move forward from that. But you're giving yourself that freedom. And you deserve that freedom. And remember, we had 2 wish cards in here. So put whatever it is that you need out there. And remember to add this or something better. Because you want the flow to come through. We had the flow card. We had the Make-A-Wish, and right after it was the flow card. Go with the flow. Let the universe, your source, your higher power work for you. If you try to control it, you're actually working against you while they're trying to do what they need to do. I really need to remember this stuff because I am consistently going against the flow. So, so this is all just popping out of my head. So go with the flow. Make your wishes, ask for what your desires are, ask for what you want, add this or something better. And remember, I would like to manifest that which is for my highest good. I will put that, again, like I said, I'll put that in the comments because I really like that. I really, really like that. So I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Have a fabulous weekend. It's March. It's almost spring, right? So I can hear the birds. The birds are chirping. And on top of that, up in Big Bear Mountain here in California, we had a little eaglet, and a bald eagle was born or pipped out of their shell or out of their egg yesterday. There's a sibling still waiting to come out, but, we have a little eaglet. So setting the good juju that this one, grows into adulthood, but, it's something fun to watch because it's nature, it's life, and life is progressing. So again, have a great day. I will see everybody back here Monday for Hodgepodge Monday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Facebook Live. It is public, so anybody can watch, or I do upload these later or right after, I should say, to YouTube. The Aloha Perspective with Shelley Marie. You can also watch it there. And you can click and subscribe. I mean, do you like my smile, right? So just click and subscribe. I would appreciate it if you do. So thank you again. Have a great, great day. And thank you so much for watching.